Good morning, Habs family. Good morning. Good morning, family. Definitely want to send it out to Habs family first because they're showing love, showing a new way. And I don't know exactly if this is going to be clear or not. I've been fighting with, obviously, don't have enough bandwidth when you're in the car. So the hotspot thing, may be an issue. But I saw somebody do a mobile video today, so I thought I'd jump on here because I do videos in the morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It just says Facebook users, so unless you're subscribed to the app, I might not be able to see your actual name. So, good morning to whoever that is with the hands. I appreciate you. Um, yeah, we moving about, and this new space that's allowing us to go in a couple different directions. Just want to see how thorough it is when I'm on the road. It's important to be able to be mobile as well as stationary. I'm not always going to be inside. Right now, I'm getting my coffee for the Half family. I don't know me. I get my coffee in the morning. Sometimes I start the clip a little early. Sometimes I start it while I'm already rolling if I've gotten my coffee. But I just wanted to see how it was going to work in one of the more troublesome areas that I have to deal with as far as connectivity. So I'm heated right now. I'm on one right now because, like I said, I don't watch a lot of network news because it's just where it's at now with this whole pandemic and things like that. It's like every 3 stories we're talking about the pandemic. I really don't want to do that. Sister Kyra, I appreciate you. And I came up on something because I remember this case when it was fresh. I mean, when this animal first got put away back in 2008, I remember this. I remember when his second wife, went missing and they didn't convict him of that, even though they didn't have a body. They didn't have a body. I get it. You can't convict some people without a body. Sometimes you can, but they sentenced him to prison for raping a 16-year-old, for killing his first wife, with his second wife being MIA, found her later while he was in prison, and now they talk about letting him go. I mean, he got sentenced in 2008. It's 2021. He ain't served the 21-year sentence and the additional sentence that he had to serve after that. So they talking about letting him out. And he's had COVID and he's got a vaccine. So I'm not sure exactly why he needs to get out. He's had a vaccine and he's had COVID. Leave his ass in there. Fuck him. He's a fucking animal. Excuse me, I gotta get my cup. How you doing today? I can't complain, Cam. And that is for you. Hopefully you've had more tips than that. Okay, I was going to say. It's 10 o'clock. I don't want to come in here and be the first tipper. Right, exactly. If I can get a stopper today. I heard you guys are equipped again. We are. I was talking to someone, they said that Starbucks said they couldn't keep up making stoppers. And I'm like, you make coffee, you make cups, you make lids, you make stoppers. So, I guess it's better than them not being able to keep up making coffee. So, but yeah, I just, I get my coffee in the morning and it's kind of my routine. Appreciate you, Cam. You guys have a great day. Thanks, Cadence. It's a girl named Cadence that works in there. I think it's one of the best names out. Cadence. Cadence. I tease her about this movie that's on. I think she's actually watched it now. It's a movie called Cadence. One of my most underrated great films that I've ever watched. Lawrence Fishburne's in it. Charlie Sheen's in it. Martin Sheen, I believe, is in it. So, I'll have my coffee, I'll have my hemp, I'll have what's on my mind. And what's on my mind right now, and hopefully this is clear. Good morning to whoever that is, says Facebook user. So If you're not subscribed to the HAPS app, I don't believe it's going to give me your name. So I appreciate you being here, but I don't want to just call you Facebook user. So, good morning to you too. I appreciate you. So this motherfucker, Roger Sweet is his name. Ain't shit sweet here though. Ain't shit sweet here. Roger Sweet was sentenced to 21 years. I don't know why he wasn't sentenced to life, because he raped a 16-year-old. He had like child porn and shit, and then he killed his wife. Why he wasn't sentenced to life, why that wasn't enough to just say, you know what, you're done. You're going to be in there until you stop breathing. I don't know. I don't run the judicial system, so I get it. But he should have died in jail. And it looks like he's on his way home because the judge says that he doesn't pose a threat to society. This is just 13 years later. 13 years later that you sentence this motherfucker for killing his wife, raping a 16-year-old, having child porn. You since found his second wife in a swamp, and you think he's not going to pose a threat to society? Do you know that? I don't think you know that. I think what you know is you have an animal behind bars, and you could very well keep him behind bars, but instead you're going to let him go. Why? Because of white supremacy. Why? Because of white privilege. That's exactly why Roger Sweet's getting out of jail. He's not getting out of jail because his health is failing and they feel sorry for him. If that's the case, then you need to let about 30% of the motherfuckers out of jail whose health is failing, who you don't feel is going to pose a threat to society. A convicted murderer, a convicted child rapist, a convicted child porn carrier, you're letting out of jail because he's got failing kidneys. We don't give a fuck. We need failing hearts. We need him to have a failing heart. How about that? Fuck his kidneys. We don't give a fuck about his kidneys. We want his heart to fail. But yeah, they're letting him out of jail. And they're like, he had COVID, he got the vaccine, and he's got all these other health issues. So we think that we should just let him out for a supervised release. Supervise his ass in that 6x9. That's where you supervise that motherfucker. He's an animal. He's a killer of 2 women. You don't think he killed his second wife too? And they found her 5 years after he was sentenced. I don't know how they didn't find her in that swamp before. She was in that swamp when they sentenced him. Why they didn't find him before, I don't know. But one thing about it, the Brownstown police said, well, we're going to put some fresh eyes on this. We got new detectives on this. Because we thought we were looking at the person who killed her all along. We didn't have a body. But now that we do have the body, well, I'm sure the body has since been dealt with since then. Yeah, and he's getting out. They're going to put some fresh eyes on it. They're going to bring a case against this motherfucker. I hope. As long as he doesn't go in front of Judge Victoria Roberts, I think we should be good. Because that's the one who's letting him out. Just don't let him go in front of her. She lets murderers and child rapists go. She don't hold them in jail. She don't hold them accountable. 100% culpable of that lady's death back in the day. See, I got a couple people over there chiming in on Facebook. I appreciate you. I do appreciate you. Sister Angela. Right. Who's Bill? Bill Health? Not sure exactly who that is, E-Mac. Oh, here we go. Somebody's coming in from Ohio with their slick shit. People love to come into Ann Arbor all fucked up like. I mean, I don't mind Ohio plates. I don't mind people from Ohio in general. But when I see you driving all fucked up like that here, you know, because we have more lenient situations here. Ohio, they stop your ass for any fucking thing. Anything. But they come to Michigan and shit, they fancy free. Our speed limits are different. You know, the way people get stopped around here is different. Ohio, they stopping you for fucking anything. I would love to see the money that they collect on traffic infractions in Ohio, because they get the bag. But Lizzie Mae Sweet's family needs to be at this shit now. I know you probably weren't doing much because you thought that motherfucker was gonna die in jail, but y'all need to be coming up now. Y'all need to be surfacing. Y'all need to get a press conference and say, we want a case against his ass. They gonna let him out of jail. You need to be the forces to put him right back. Because ain't nobody gonna care. We got a dead old black woman, been dead for years. They don't care about her. Brownstown chief of police said he's gonna put some fresh eyes on it. But if he don't pull a case on it, ain't nobody else gonna pull a case on it. This animal will come out and do dirt under the grid, and he'll probably die on the outside where he doesn't deserve to die on the outside. Fuck that. He don't deserve to die on the outside. His ass needs to be inside doing whatever he did for the last 13 years and let that shit go on and go. Fuck him. Fuck that music up in there. So yeah, that's what he needs to be. He needs to be inside or underneath the jail. Put him underneath the jail. I remember old folks used to say that. They gonna put you underneath the jail. Put his ass underneath the jail. Anybody that rapes a child, I think they deserve the death sentence anyway. I think child rapists deserve the death sentence. We got child rapists walking around out here now. I think you deserve castration, if not the death sentence. Maybe both. Cut that shit off first, then kill him. I don't care. That's just where I'm at with it. You violate a child, you need to go. You absolutely need to go. Absolutely. But yeah, to the half peeps, this is me. If I'm in here, I'm not sure exactly who Bill Health is. I see it popping up here now. Looks like my Facebook comments come through on the Haps app. That's cool. But they weren't letting them all come through yesterday. It was really weird. We'll get all that right. But yeah, Roger Sweet is getting let out of jail. And that shit ain't sweet. And they got the body of his second wife several years ago, and the Brownstown police chief said he gonna put some fresh eyes on it. Yes, put some fresh eyes on it, chief. See if we can find Lizzie Mae Sweet's family. See if we can find, she still got some people. I don't think she was from outside the area. I believe she was from this area. We need to get her people in play. She ain't got no daughters, no granddaughters that can still be out here advocating for her legacy. She was killed by that animal. And if she died of natural causes, why didn't they find her in a rocking chair? Why didn't they find her, just out in her garden and shit? No, they found her in a swamp because somebody put her there. Roger Sweet. Shit. But yeah, we here with the message. That's in Brownstown. That's in Michigan. That's in my village. Michigan. I know I dwell here in Washington County primarily, but Michigan, my village. And where white supremacy is, that's where I'm going. And that's white supremacy right there. Victoria Roberts, I'm sorry, but you need to go through some type of, what do you call them things they do? The surveys, the evaluations. interview, because somebody needs to check your credentials. You're letting a convicted murderer, convicted child rapist out because his health is failing. So, are you checking on every individual inmate? What about somebody who robbed a bank and they're 70, 75 years old and their health is failing? No assaults, no violence during the bank robbery. They're just in there doing the years. You gonna let them out? Oh no, you're gonna let a killer out. You're gonna let a child rapist out. Are you letting people with non-violent drug crimes out? Are you letting people with marijuana convictions out? How did Roger Sweet get out and you got people still serving time for a joint? How did that happen? I need to know, how is Roger Sweet coming home, but you got people that are in jail for less than a gram of cannabis? How does that work? It doesn't work in my world. It might work in Victoria Roberts' world, but it doesn't work in my world. There's a lot of people that got a lot to say about failing health, still being in jail, non-violent criminals. But you're letting a murderer and a rapist and a suspect in another murder. Let them go. Let them go. How does that happen? I don't know how it happens. But definitely subscribe to the HAPS app, even if you're not going to be content creating. You can subscribe. You can get notifications when I go live, when other content creators go live, because there's some dope podcasts on here. I checked out a couple. So, people are they're really into their shit, I'm not just checking out political stuff. I've been checking out travel, been checking out some music stuff, just, life interest stuff. I mean, you open your eyes up to some different shit, you're going to see some different shit. So, anybody that's checking me out on this joint this morning, I appreciate you. Hopefully it's been clear, hasn't been pixelating. Like I said, we got the issues with the moving around and not catching the Wi-Fi right. But hopefully I got the hotspot going and everything's working smoothly. And when I go back and listen to the playback and look at the playback, I'll see how good or how bad it was. Most definitely. So, yeah, Roger Sweet, looks like he's getting released. Looks like he's coming home after only 13 years of being in prison for raping a child and killing his first wife. His second wife has since been found back in like 2013, and they already had him in jail, so I don't think they really pushed a lot. Now he's coming out of jail. Brownstown police chief said, we coming at that ass. We're going to put some fresh eyes on it. And if they put some fresh eyes on it, I think them fresh eyes will look right at Roger Sweet's monkey ass. That's where they going. He killed her. He killed her. But they didn't have a body. They didn't have no evidence. But now he going to be coming out, build a case on his ass. Just get him into the interrogation room. He'll crumble like day-old bread. He old, he frail, he got failing health. Use that to all your advantages. Fuck him. Health, he's a killer. He's a rapist. He's a child rapist. He gotta go. He gotta go. And since he's a sex offender, we need to know where he's gonna be laying his head and putting it on blast every day with his old unhealthy ass. That's all we need, is an unhealthy rapist in our area. Fuck him. Have family. You're gonna learn something about me. I don't like nobody that fucks with women, and I don't like nobody that fucks with kids. It's not a 1 and a 2, it's an equal. 1, 1A, however you want to look at it. Don't fuck with no women, and don't fuck with no kids. If you do, okay, I'm on that shit. I'm on that shit. 16-year-old girl. You old raggedy motherfucker. Oh, nasty ass perv. She's got like a mask on. job. I mean, she got all, like, everything is covered up. She must be, she doing Uber or Lyft or something. I wonder why she had all her shit up like that in the car. I mean, I know they do the, thing for the religion, but she's doing the, she doing Lyft. It's crazy, man, to see people out here, people that are in these religious cultures and whatnot, seeing them like do Lyft, seeing them do Uber and shit. A lot of these people, back in the day, you wouldn't really see a woman like this driving unless she had a boatload of kids and she was dropping them off at school or activities, whatever. Now you out here seeing them basically getting their money. Because all of them ain't financially fit. All of them don't own businesses or husbands own businesses or whatever. Some of them are really out here on the fucking grind. Real shit. So it's crazy when I see stuff like that. I mean, that's not what this community was about. That's not what you saw in this community. I mean, you might have saw a lady cab driver here and there. But, now, shit, there's an Uber sticker and it seems like every 3-4 women's cars. And I tell them, anybody I know driving Uber or Lyft out here, be careful. When you're a woman, be careful. Shit. These animals out here, I don't trust them. I don't trust none of their raggedy asses. None of them. And you're vulnerable. When you're driving, you're vulnerable. It's not a good look. What up, Grady? What up, Tim? Appreciate y'all checking in. Picking up some stats, just looking at the phone while I'm rolling. Oh yeah, I gotta respond to JT. I saw this yesterday. Kid basically said he was coming to Michigan because of Ron Bellamy. I told him, you get them grassroots coaches and you start bringing that state talent back in here, we'll change all this shit around. Stop flying all over the country trying to find your talent. You got talent right here in this state. Major talent. But, we'll see. We'll see if they do the right thing with it. Definitely gonna reply on this one. What up? What light? Which one? You said light? Oh, the one that you was talking about. Yeah. But the headlight comes on. That ain't illegal, is it? Yeah. Oh shit. All right, bet. Appreciate it. Headlights work, but he said the running lights out. That's weird. I'm tired of these fucking lights. Check it out. So yeah. Roger Sweet, coming home, rapist, killer, suspected killer, coming home. Why? Not because he's been exonerated. Not because they've turned his case over. He's coming home because he's got failing health. He's coming home because he got bad kidneys. He done killed a woman. He done raped a child. He done been a huge participant in child porn. And he deserves to get out. Good morning, good morning. He deserves to walk the streets again. But you got people that are in prison for non-violent crimes, doing longer prison sentences than he was sentenced to originally, been in there longer than he was in there, because he only been in there 13 years. They should have pulled his monkey ass out and made him go to trial for Lizzie Mae's body. When they found her body, should have been a new trial. He'd have lost that too. Why didn't they pull him out when they found her body and retry, and not retry him, but try him? Now that you got a body, try him. Pull him in for questioning. Him and his bad kidneys. Fuck him. Pull him in for questioning. Now that you've gotten a body, get his ass in there. Get his ass out of there. Fuck them. Yeah. I mean, that's where we at, man. People can walk up out of prison after killing and raping somebody for 13 years because they got a bad kidney. But you got people that have done 20 plus years for non-violent drug crimes, non-violent marijuana crimes, sitting rotten in society, or out of society. I just want to know who's even advocating for him at this point. I mean, doesn't his family know he's a piece of shit? He killed one, possibly two women and raped a child. He's a perv. His family knew he's a perv. Who was advocating for the... Oh, you know what? We should let Roger Sweet out. He's got bad kidneys. Who the fuck was advocating for him? That's what I want to know. Who advocates for a fucking simp like that? It pisses me off that they have all kind of time for shit like this, but they don't have no time to get this fucking world in order. And I'm talking about get this world in order with policing, with politics. You got time for this shit? So I'm saying any black person is not advocating for reparations at this point. You should be trying to find some way to kill yourself. You know. And I've held off from doing white mamas, black kids clip, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Now that we've actually seen it right here, international news now. You see Dante Wright's mama is white. And I tell white mothers on an individual basis, when I speak with them about their black sons, of what their sons are going to encounter, because you white. I let them know, you white. Sweetie, you white. He ain't white. And you can't look at him as mixed. When he hits the streets in the United States of America, he is a black man. He's no more a biracial, a mulatto, Caucasian. If you're not white, you're not right in a bigot's eyes. In a race soldier's eyes, he is a black man. When Dante Wright got pulled over, he got pulled over as a black man. He was treated as a black man, and he was killed. Just like they kill black men. Black. I try to let people know it's not about genetics, what they see. They don't care about his lineage. What they see he's not them. Okay. And when it all comes out, he could have been Latino. Could have been part Asian and black. Could have been part Asian, part Latino. It doesn't matter. If you're not them, you're gone. They've proven that. I'm not even going to listen to that craziness about the taser and the gun. I'm not even going to listen to that mess anymore. 7-8 ounce taser, 32, 34-ounce gun. Come on, man. Trust me. Trust me. She knew the difference. She knew the difference. She knew she was on her less dominant side. She knew, she was like, oh, that's the taser. Let me get to my dominant side. That's the weapon. Now, I'm sorry. The taser's the weapon. This is the killer. She knew she had a killer in her hand. She knew she had a killer in her hand. And while she was sitting up there hollering out, taser, 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 a taser, 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 taser. Bitch, you looking at the fucking gun. You trying to tell me she was like this? She yelling out taser like this? No, she was looking at the gun. She was looking at the handle of the gun. She was looking at the barrel of the gun. And she didn't see yellow. So why was she hollering taser? Don't come to me with that bullshit. It's all good. I'm not going to listen to that bullshit, though. It was a mistake. What threat was he posing? What threat was he posing for her to pull her firearm? They could see his hands. They knew he didn't have a gun in his hand. There was an officer on the other side of the car. Nobody called out gun. Why'd she come in there? Why'd she come in there shooting? She did it because she could. I'll tell you why. We're not going to sit here and play these games. We're not going to sit here and play these games. My brother Jeff is live. Go check out his live. Uh-oh, you painting some stuff. Yeah, I'm going to check this out after I get out. So yeah, man, I check out pretty much anybody's content that I can. One, because I feel like if you're putting something together that you want others to see, I'm going to give you a shot. I'm going to give you a shot. Some people's shit ain't really worth watching, I'll be honest. But other people who are really dedicated to whatever they're doing in the clip, absolutely. I want to see that shit, I mean, nobody's out here with fucking, multi-$1,000 studios, putting together these primo videos. If they were, they'd probably be getting picked up, man. Their content would be on some larger platform. But, we're all doing this from a more of a remote, straight up state. What is that? One drop rule, Sister June. They better understand the one drop rule. Yes. That's a little deeper than a lot of people thinking, but that one drop rule means something. It still means something. But yeah, just to support folks, that are doing some good shit, doing some solid shit. Now, if you're doing some clown shit, or you really don't deserve the support, fuck you. Well, most of these people out here are doing solid work. But I'm not dick riding, and I'm not clip riding for people that check me out, check out the content, understand the messages. Me in trouble, even in relationships. Oh boy, sure that they know they won't experience shit. They don't have to worry about the wrath of Linda French. I know people have been threatened. I've seen text messages. People at Track Bar and Grill, we got you. We got people in play, making sure no harm will come to you for speaking your truth. Fuck what they say. We got you. And that's nasty. My cousin got new neighbors and they letting their dog shit everywhere and ain't picking it up. That's a fucked up first impression. So yeah, we'll get back. Hopefully this came out nicely. This is so funny, man. I'm sure that this girl was with another person and now she's with this guy. Like she done been with two different people in the same business. She used to come to work with this one dude. Now she comes to work with this other dude. Some weird shit. I mean, how do you do that? Yeah. How do you do that? Well, I mean, she's figured out a way to do it and make it work. Her money ain't stopped. She's like, my bread can't stop, guys. Who's taking these cookies? Yeah, they definitely together because he carrying her little bag and shit. He carrying her little bag. Yeah. How you guys doing today? Good. They don't know whether to talk to me sometimes or not. Cause I either be going in on my videos or I be having a look on my face and shit, and they be like, "Oh shit, what's happening?" Motherfuckers used to leave the doors unlocked all the time and shit. I'm always cordial. If I'm gonna be right next to you, I'm gonna be nice to you. I'm gonna be nice to you. I'm not gonna be an asshole to you. I don't like neighbors that can't communicate, and I'm not gonna be one of those people. And they're young, and they when they're young and stupid like that, I have to give them that ism so they understand this is who I am. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but this is where we do business. And I know you missing these things. You young, you doing your thing, but locking the door is not at your top priority when you getting the fuck out of here. You trying to get to the crib, get your bowl packed and sit back and watch some motherfucking, whatever, or get the game in or whatever you do. But locking the door has to be your first priority, or you might not have a business when you come back to this motherfucker tomorrow. You get a door puller, and this motherfucker like, oh, jackpot. But then he got your shit because you left the door open, but then he got my shit because you left the door open. I don't need your fucking problems become my problem. I'm not gonna make my problems become your problems. So don't make your problems become my problems. And then we won't have a problem. So yeah, we'll chat soon. If this half thing keeps working and keeps putting us out there the way we're getting out there, we'll chat more. Haps, appreciate you. And anybody that may have some, let me see if I can get her maiden name. Because her name was only sweet because she was married to that bitch. Lizzie Mae Collier. If anybody has anybody that knows Lizzie Mae Collier, sweet, because her name ended up being sweet because they got married. But Lizzie Mae Collier, if her family's around Michigan, let's see if we can find some of her relatives. Lizzie Mae Collier. And we need to start advocating for Lizzie Mae Collier Sweet's family. They need to put his ass back in jail. If he's going to get out, they need to put him back in jail. They need to put him on trial. Maybe he can die. Maybe he have a heart attack and die for the trial. Maybe he'll die because he sees the pressures on him. Like, oh, shit, I can't go through this again. And with his kidneys failing, maybe his heart fails. And then, bam, he just drops dead. Maybe we could get that. Because that's what needs to happen to him. Fuck you, Roger Sweet. You rapist, double murderer, child porn. Oh. When they get into that nasty shit, man, it's different. And it's nasty when it's dealing with kids. All right. That's it. One love. I don't even know how to end it on the hat. How do I end it on the hat? Okay. It's up in the top tonight.